Hello everyone, you have Royce here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature another species of Sansevieria, and the species is known as conspicua. This particular specimen is found or collected at Morogoro Tanzania, and it's having the collection number ES21736 and is collected and was collected by Specs. So looking at the specimen itself, it's very hard to tell by the leaf pattern. It's showing a dark green coloration, and the pattern or the bandings in it can barely be seen. The tips would not tell you anything about the plant as well. As you can see, those are the tips. And regarding how smooth the surfaces of the leaf or the leaves are, they're smooth on the adaxial part as well on the abaxial part. So it's very hard to figure out if you have the species conspicua. There's one thing though that I can tell you about the or help you identify the species is through the rhizome itself or the root system. So what I'm showing you right now is a very unique characteristic of the species conspicua. The moment that I unbox this particular specimen, the one thing that I noticed first is the rhizome itself, which is purple in color. There you can see it's purple in color, and that is one of the unique characteristics of this specimen or of the species itself. In my experience of how many Sansevierias that I planted, I have seen a lot of rhizomes or stolons, and this is the first one that caught my attention when I unboxed it. The first, to my knowledge and my experience of planting Sansevierias, this is the first species that I have found to have purple rhizomes. So that is one of the unique characteristics of the species conspicua. If you have a hard time looking at the pattern of the leaf or identifying it, if you don't have inflorescence as well, you'll be having a hard time identifying Sansevieria conspicua if you can't see the root system or the rhizomes. So I will be planting this specimen, then I'll get back to you and I'll update you on how I have planted the species conspicua. Alright, so everyone, we're back, and we have finished potting the Sansevieria species conspicua. I'm turning it around so you may be able to see the appearance of the specimen itself when it's already potted. Very dark color coming from the species, and like I mentioned before, you can barely see the pattern on it. So let's do a focus on what else we can find. This is the leaf, and you can see lines on there. I'm focusing on it. Very thin lines, but they're very few that are found on the leaf of Sansevieria conspicua. If I move away, you can barely see it. Alright, so there you go. You can't see the longitudinal lines of this species when from afar, but when you move closely and look at the leaves, you will see that there are longitudinal lines present on the leaf itself. Those are the longitudinal lines. This is the other leaf. Longitudinal lines, there it's clearer on the bottom part, and you can barely see it on the topmost to the middle part of the leaf, to the topmost portion. You can barely see the longitudinal lines anymore. But if you look closely to the near the base of the leaf, there are longitudinal lines present. I think that's one of the characteristics that we can add for Sansevieria conspicua. Back shell, no evident lines can be found. Only on the adaxial or the front part of the leaf, the back part of the leaf, do not show the longitudinal lines that I have mentioned. So I think this is it for this episode, folks. So if you like if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, everyone.